Hey y'all, what's up? It's your girl Neda, your fave spiritual speaker, coming at you with some knowledge sprinkled with some love. As you know, here on this page, the your fave spiritual speaker page, we come at you using divinations, affirmations, and somatic coping skills to make a difference in your mental well-being. And as you know, getting your mental well-being gets your physical and your spiritual well-being together. It's all in alignment, right? So, today what I wanted to kind of talk about is I'm going to see what the spirit wants us to talk about, and just kind of go from there. Hold on, my charge acting up, guys. Okay, there you go. So, let me see. We are going to go straight into the box of emotions. Oh, you know what? Feelings. Okay, so somebody has no longer let a fear overwhelm them. That they are relieved. Cougars in reverse, so you're no longer a cougar, I guess. You're no longer seeking, you're no longer hunting something. You know, you're no longer in the hot heat. And then in a space of forgiveness, it seems like you may have already forgiven. You already forgiven something. Okay, so let's go ahead and do the box of emotions to add a little bit more information on this for us. Gotta ask that you give the most clear, precise message for the collective. Oh, guys, I forgot to say my prayer. Before I continue, I call on the highest being in spirit team to deliver the clear messages for the highest good of the collective. I ask that you use me as a vessel so they can receive the message that they need to receive and not what they want to receive. Protect me across all timelines and dimensions. Let all negative energy, negative, demonic, bad energy, and entities sent my way be transmuted to love, peace, power, and blessings. If it cannot be transmuted, I ask to be returned to sender 10,000 fold. Divine truth flows in perfect alignment here. Ashe. I say silent. Amen. Come on, let's get it. Call him and spirits. Let's get it. I don't know where it went, y'all. I don't know where it went. That's the one thing about this area. These damn cards be flying. It's two. Huh? So you are no longer feeling embarrassed or self-pity. Is this the collective? It is the collective. So yeah, this is you. You're no longer feeling embarrassed about something. You're no longer having any self-pity. That's probably the things that you're giving up. That's probably the things that you were overwhelming yourself with. You probably was overwhelming yourself with self-pity and embarrassment, and feeling and fear of the unknown. You know, that's where you could have been recently. Yeah. Okay, give me something for these cards over here. Empathy. You have already gone through the forgiving stage because it's right here. It's right here on forgiving. You've already gone through that. You have the empathy. You're getting into a point where you're no longer worrying. Worrying is on the side. So that means you are becoming less worried about a situation. Displacement. What is this? Displacement basically means the feeling of being an outsider, right? You're no longer feeling outside of yourself. You no longer feel like an outsider, or you're no longer trying to fit in, right? And then it says l'appel d'ovede. I guess this is French. Um, it's an unriving impulse, the call of the void. Perhaps it is kind of terrifying game that the mind plays. A test serving to remind us how close danger is. So basically, they're comparing it to, walking on the edge of the cliff. It's that danger, that excitement that you have for yourself, and it's on the side. What I'm getting is you are in a space where you're either no longer playing it safe, or you were at some point playing it safe, or you were at some point not playing it safe, and now you're deciding to play it safe. You realize something was a dangerous game. Or again, maybe you're stepping out on faith and playing with danger a little bit more. Maybe you're stepping out of bounds than what you used to. Remember, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Every message in this collective is going to be different, and I'm getting a lot of energy from different sources. So understand that. And then right here, Angus. I don't know if I said that right, y'all. But if you look at it, the word is right here. They came together. Anxiety, dread, terror, worry. You're no longer. And then this word, defacement. And mind you, these cards, I've played with these. I've done some work with these cards long enough for them to not be like this. And honestly, I've never seen this. So you are no longer in that space. You don't have any more fear. You don't have any more worry. You have forgiven something, somebody, a person, place, things. You might have forgiven yourself. And you're stepping out of fear, guys. You are doing something different for yourself. You are stepping out of fear somewhere. What's playing right now? Heavenly, baby. Oh my gosh. Heavenly by day 26. You are divine. You are heavenly. You are an earth angel. That's beautiful. That's why you're experiencing this. You are really ascending yourself. You are moving past your own personal limits, and it is beautiful. And I hope you're actually paying attention to the way you're blossoming. I'm hoping that you're actually sitting with yourself and seeing how you're worth this moment. And I tell you one thing, the energy wants you to know. The energy wants you to know that you're moving past this, that you're almost through it. It's almost through. Gives me some cosmic insight. Liar was at the bottom. I don't know why, but somebody was lying about something. We gonna see. That's there. I'm gonna put this here. Okay, so give me some cosmic insight as far as to what this person was overwhelmed about, or what overwhelmed them, what made them feel that. Ooh, you felt overwhelmed about a relationship. You felt you, or maybe, yeah, you felt overwhelmed by a relationship. Maybe a relationship ending. You felt fear. You felt uh, sadness and self pity and embarrassment. Okay. Any more? Oh, you felt like you overworked yourself, because it says caution. It says caution. Find out more information. Don't overwork yourself. You overworked yourself. Woo, that's a lot of energy. What about here, as far as to the relieved and cougar? Courage. That's courage. I don't know why I keep saying cougar. Courage. Forgive. Yeah, you didn't have courage. You forgiving yourself for not having courage. You were tired of living in fear and this commitment. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Yeah. And I'm also getting that you're committed to opening your heart. You're committed to, you forgive any and all individuals of your past. And if you haven't yet, this message ain't for you. But you have forgiven something, someone. You could have forgiven yourself. You could have gotten to a point where you're now committed to this change. You're committed to something that feels dangerous, that feels like you're living on the edge of life, like something you're not used to. And that's a beautiful thing, man. That's a beautiful thing. Okay, so then, well, let's go ahead and, where's my cosmic? Yeah, I be putting boxes in places, and I don't even be remember where I put the box. That's crazy. Y'all, I don't see the damn box on here, do you? Lord Jesus. Okay, so we're gonna hit it right there. The box is probably somewhere in my foresight, and I just can't even fathom it being here. Um, so let's go ahead and pick up. Hold on, y'all talking too much, talking too long. Give me a couple weeks. There's gonna be no more bottles. Mm. Okay. So go ahead and give me some soul truth that is gonna help. That's gonna help the collective in this. What are some soul truths? Okay. No, I just normally do one round of everything. I try not to stress it. Whatever y'all want, and if it's not in that, you gonna tell me what it is to pull. The collective, I mean, the higher beings gonna come tell me to pull. What am I most afraid of losing? You had to go through and think about what you were afraid of losing, what you were afraid of letting go of. What was the biggest lie that you held on to for yourself to keep you sane? Right? You had to change that perspective. It actually says right here, like, as we grow, change, and transform our lives, it requires us to let go of something that was to make room for something that will be. If you were to take the biggest leap today, will you feel scared of losing love, safety, or belonging? What if it was a big fat lie? What if it was impossible to lose any of those things because you have the power to give everything you need to yourself? Oh my gosh. Today's mantra: I move forward knowing I am powerful beyond measures. I am loved, I am safe, and I belong. That is beautiful, guys. That's real, though, right? Like, you had to find yourself and recognize, you know what? I have to make a big leap, because love doesn't ask you to lose yourself. Love doesn't ask you to lose anything. Nothing that is worth it makes you lose yourself, you know? It makes you evolve, but that's different. It says, what if it isn't true? That was just on here. It said, what if that was a big fat lie? The thing you are telling yourself right now, the concrete reason why you think you don't belong, you can't do something, you won't get there, you're not enough, or it's not for you, what if that wasn't true? It's time for a soul chat. Close your eyes, put your hands on your heart, and ask yourself, wise one within, what if it isn't true? What else might feel possible? Literally, yeah, like, what's possible for me? What are things that I need? What if the things that they said that weren't possible, what if that was a lie? What if this is the most possible thing? Because I am I am the possible. I can do anything. I am everything. There's nothing I can't do. What if? And I think the more we change our mindset, the better. Instead of it being why not, what if? You know what I'm saying? Or how come to how? How can I? I'm getting a lot of love songs. I don't know. I mean, I will say there's a lot of love energy. I have Elvis Presley Can't Help Fall in Love with You on right now. I'm gonna change it though. And then lower. There we go. Something about moving fast. Even though it's not like what it is, but we're gonna keep going. And then the next one is, when was the last time I danced freely? Oh, this is a good one, guys. Because it will shift your you into a beautiful state if you dance. Because it will get you out of your head and into your body and heart. Because fear lives in the head along with anxiety, control, guilt, frustration, and impatience. In just a few moments of dancing, you will make a shift. You will feel change, a charge of joy, confidence take over, and you will feel a soul reminder to live and lead from your heart. Dancing is a tool to ground us in the now. It triggers happiness, and it is the gateway to freedom. To become free, you shall dance. You are a wild, loving force. You should especially dance today. Always dance. Guys, that's one thing I will say my co-workers say about me is I am always dancing. I believe in it. Even when I'm doing groups, for those who don't know, I am currently an LMHPS, which is a licensed mental professional supervisee for social work. So I do clinical work. I get, like, your girl love giving back to the community. But a lot of my coworkers will say, like, you always dancing, and like it brings energy, because you have to, guys. First, energy is stagnant. You know what I'm saying? Energy is stagnant. It's going to stay on you. You got to get that off, especially if you are in a space when you are someone who gives to your community, helps your community, rather with your hands, you're building something. With your mouth, you're using your words to affirm people. Rather with your brain, you're building stuff. You're given the logical and analytical skills to do so. So whatever you're doing for your community in the way that you're giving back, you have to find a way to keep energy, positive energy flowing, because energy is going to get stagnant. Even positive energy gets stagnant. Too much energy becomes toxic. You get what I'm saying? Too much positive energy becomes toxic. So you got to keep things flowing. And how can I be flexible right now? What are you trying to control? Maybe it's time to let it go. Let love move through you today, and trust the outcome will be for your highest good. Remind yourself all day long that you are safe, that life is happening for you, that you are not alone. Then do some yoga. Move your body. Move your body. Move your body. That is what I'm hearing. What I'm seeing throughout this entire reading thus far is for the individuals who have gone through something detrimental, where you had fear and you had a level of overwhelmness, and self-pity and embarrassment that you experienced, that you have gotten to a point where you're learning to be more flexible, right? That's why you're opening up now. That's why you are living on life on the edge now. Like, you've been through the worst, so what can stop you? Nothing. You've already been through the worst. You've already experienced the worst. You've already experienced the worst heartbreak. You already got fired, right? You didn't already had issues with your family. You didn't already had issues with yourself and your self-esteem. You didn't already had issues with the war against you, the spiritual and physical, both on the 3D and the 5D. You've already been through it. And if you and I are around the same age, you've been through several terrorist attacks. So you used to having to live life a particular way. You know what I'm saying? So now you ain't got shit to lose. And rather this is you not having shit to lose, to live on the life edge, on the edge, as far as finally giving yourself to someone because a love song started playing. So it could be love, you finally opening yourself up from love. You were embarrassed from the things from love. You were self-pity. You're no longer in that space anymore. You're ready to open your heart to a commitment. And rather that commitment is to somebody else or to yourself. Only you know your story and where you are in it. I can't tell you the chapter, only you. So, and learn to be flexible. Learn how to give to yourself. Learn how to forgive and just be, and be happy in your skin and in your space. And sometimes that means moving freely. That means loving freely. That means dancing freely, because freely is the thing that you want. Niggas gonna be niggas with their niggas. I like free, and peace is free. It's free. The thing that it charges you is chaos. So you have to forfeit the amount of chaos that you normally have to afford peace. Someone told me to go on that little tangent. So I'm gonna go ahead and move into give me some free from worry coping skills for people who are going through this, to help them through this space, because I see that it's sideways, which means they're teetering, they're going through it, they're on their way through it. So give me some. Okay, since one came out, I'm going to pull out another deck as well. Move your thoughts to a small cottage. Close your eyes and think of a small cottage. Look around for a while and then move to the door. Open the door and let your thoughts from your head to the cottage. Let them flow as pictures, colors, words, as many as you got, as many as you need. And when you're finished, close the door, take 3 deep breaths with the thoughts in the cottage. This is like a little Pandora box. Open the door. Now you can choose which thoughts you take with you in which you leave in the cottage. Remember to close the door when you leave. Stress comes from thoughts which pressurize both your mind and your body. By detaching from bad thoughts, you give rest to your mind and your body, and thus being able to be more present. Actually, it's crazy because this kind of reminds me of I think her name is Sarah Jake Roberts, TD Jake's daughter. Man, she be on it. I will look into her, guys. Sarah Jakes Roberts. Damn, she got 3 first names. Anyways, what she was talking about earlier was, you know how the old generation would say, I'm gonna go pray on that. Yeah, I got you, baby. I'm finna go pray on that, baby. They would go into their prayer room and they would pray it. They would pray, but not only would they pray about your issues, they gonna pray about their issues too. And while they're in there, they take that last deep breath, that last amen, that last hallelujah, and they leave it all there. They leave it all there in the prayer room. What we have to learn how to do is leave it there. Leave it where you are. And in this, it says the cottage. Leave those thoughts in the cottage. You get to choose what you want to take with you. But the things that you know are a concern, that are causing you stress, lay it at the pulpit. Lay it where you got to lay it at mosque. Lay it at the hall. Lay it at the church. Lay it wherever feel good. Lay it in nature. Let it go. And leave it there. Because the more you get rid of the negative thoughts, the more positive thoughts have room to come in. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna do one more because I have. What is another? What that? Now give me a somatic coping skill for the individuals. Intentional yawns. Yes. Yawn. Stretch your arms high, wide out. Open your chest. Sigh loudly. Let it out to the point where you hear it. Shake out the leftover tension and repeat until you can't no more. And you should use this when you need a quick and mental, what is this? Refresh. That's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one, guys. All right. So with that being said, we're gonna roll. We're gonna roll into who this is for, and then I'm gonna give you final message. Guys, I mean, it has been a time, y'all. It's been a time, but it's been good. Hopefully you guys enjoyed your MLK weekend. Hopefully you did the most black thing you've ever done in your life. All right, so give me characteristics of those this message should resonate with. Give me some characteristics. What does my collective look like? For those this is for, what do they look like? What do they look like? What do they look like? Oh, well, you powerful, baby. You powerful. You might have red hair. You might have tattoos. You might be nicely dressed. There are some that flipped, and I just want to get them. All right. So I'm gonna call out these. You have a sharp face. You have mixed colors, so you can have a brown, blue, blue, brown, blue, pink, whatever. You are powerful. You have markings on you. Markings could be tribal symbols. It could be tattoos. I'd take markings as tattoos. It could be scars. Just something on you. White clothing. You're dressed sharply. You dress well. You have red hair. You have red hair. And then we just talked about markings. You have a tattoo. You might have a tattoo on your back in particular, on your arms. And you may practice. You may practice something, hoodoo, voodoo. Um, you may deal with the Orishas, with the Yoruba. You practice something. Wiccan. Could be anything. Okay, guys? And I'm going to look at the zodiac signs for those that should resonate. And then I'm going to follow up with the... last minute advice. All right, who is this for? Who does this message resonate for? Damn. Libra for one. Hold on, y'all. Let me get that. And Cancer. Cancer. If you are in the house, Cancer's in the house. Cancer's in the house. This message is for you. All right, so let's go ahead and give some last minute affirmations to leave you guys with. Here we go. Last minute affirmations for the collective. Last minute affirmations for the collective. Last minute. I feel like saying go through it again, so I'm going to go through it again. They said they ain't got much for you, but what they have is I am in sync with the flow of life. You guys are going through something and you are growing through it, baby. And I want you to know your ancestors, spirit guides, they are so proud of you. They're proud of you for taking this step that you took. As far as opening your heart to what could be for you. Oh, guys, you got to recognize who you are, your strength, that you, whatever is worth it. It's going to be worth it for you. You got to be cautious. You got to not overgive yourself. If you're going to overcommit to anything, overcommit to bettering yourself every day. Be your better you for tomorrow, okay? Be your better you every day. Okay? Thank you guys so much for allowing me your energy to help, as that is all that I'm here to do. I ask that you guys continue keeping the faith within yourself. Remember to never give up on you. You are everything. There's nothing you can't do. And, you know, guys, take a moment and hug your body and remind and thank your body for not giving up on you, even when you gave up on you. I think that's so important, guys. I said all that to say, have a beautiful night, day, evening, whenever you are watching this video. And continue being great. Ashe.